Are you comfortable? Are you good? Do you have a snack? Are you like set? Are you ready to go? Because I am about to blow your mind with this story time. Hey guys, what's up? It's Savannah and welcome back to my channel. Today I have another story time for you guys, and today I'm telling you guys the story of, here's the thing you guys, I don't like to curse a lot on my channel. I don't think it's cute, but in this type of situation, it is just going to happen. It is going to come out. This situation, even though it happened a year ago, still to this day makes me so heated. So if you don't like cursing, if that's like not your thing, take a second, X out of the video, you can go. I'm warning you, okay? I'm helping you. You're welcome. I don't hate anyone. Like, I don't have the time to hate people. Either I like you or I don't care. Not even in like a conceited way, but just in the way of like, I either like you or like you're not on my radar. Like, I don't think about it. I really don't hate anyone except the person we are talking about today. Mind you, for many more reasons, let me make this very clear, for many more reasons other than the one I'm just telling you today. And I will make a video in the future like exposing everything, but just for right now, we're just gonna talk about why he's the biggest fuckboy I've ever met. Like, he's literally just the biggest narcissistic fucking psychopath. So today I'm telling you guys a story of my biggest fuckboy experience. So let's just jump right into it. This is going to be a long video. Disclaimer, this is going to be a long video, but just trust me when I say I wouldn't make it a long video if like it didn't need to be, or like if this story wasn't good enough. Like, I wouldn't do that. So just trust me when I say this story is long for a reason, but it is a good one. This story starts my freshman year of college, right? And if you guys don't know, I'm 20 years old right now. I just turned 20, so this was my freshman year. So this was like a little bit over a year ago. So I just started at this new college, and my roommate at the time, for the sake of the story, we'll call her Chelsea. She immediately, right off the bat, starts dating this guy named Kyle. Now, Kyle was on one of the sports teams for my school, okay? So Kyle was an athlete. He played on a sports team at my school. This one particular night, Kyle and Chelsea told me that there was this party going on that was being held by Kyle's sports team, that I should go. It was gonna be super fun, banger, rager, So I decided to go, and this was like early September, right? So this was like early September, school was just starting. So I go to this party, and at this party is where I run into the culprit of this story, the scum of the earth himself. For this story, like, I can't give this guy like a normal name, like David or Joseph or Jonathan or something like that. For the sake of the story, we're gonna call the son of a bitch Repulsive, because every time I think about him, I physically want to throw up. Okay? Cool. So at this party is where I meet Repulsive. Repulsive just had something about him that was very intriguing. And looking back, I don't know why. He was just a very intriguing person. So we start talking and we automatically click. And to say that I clicked with someone named Repulsive is like, ew, but you know. So pretty much what ends up going down is we exchanged numbers, and from then on out, we were all about each other. Like, we were texting 24/7. If it wasn't texting, it was phone calls. If it wasn't phone calls, it was Snapchat. It wasn't Snapchat, it was Instagram. You guys get it, like the whole nine. We started spending a lot of time together. Like, a lot of time together. Probably too much time together, honestly. Like, if I wasn't at his place, he was at mine. Let me just tell you a little bit about Repulsive though. So Repulsive was a couple years older than me. So he was several years older than me. And I can already hear the comments now, like, Savannah, you're such a dumb bitch for thinking that like an older guy has good intentions, like blah 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 blah. Like, I know. Literally, because he was older than me, like, I was very like guarded. Like, I'm not one to completely jump into relationships to begin with. So because of that, I kind of pushed away. But then I told you, but like I said, we were constantly talking, texting, whatever. Because of that, I just became super comfortable around him, so that's when we started spending a whole lot of time together. That was September. So now fast forward to about mid-November. So we were together September, October, now fast forward to mid-November. So Repulsive was the type of person that liked to get drunk as fuck like every single night of his life, so that's basically what he did. So because he was over 21, he like really had no issue getting into like any bar or club that he wanted to, so that's always what he would do. But on weekends and stuff like that, like, that's always what he would do. And during the first semester of college, I was not like that at all. Like, I was the type of person that would so much rather have stayed home, watch Netflix, and then like meet up with Repulsive later that night when he was done partying his ass off, just because like I was just basically choosing comfort over anything else. Really, that's honestly what this was. And I really had no problem with Repulsive going out and partying all the time, because several factors play into it. One being like, I'm not your mom. Like, I'm not going to tell you what you can and cannot do. I'm not like that in relationships. Looking back, like, I probably should have been like a little bit more concerned, but like at the same time, I'm not your mom. Like, I'm not going to tell you what you can and cannot do. This one night, Chelsea and Kyle asked me to like go and hang out with them. I think they told me they were going to get food, which like shows you where my priorities were at the time. So it was me, Chelsea, Kyle, and a couple of Kyle and Repulsive's teammates. Repulsive was not with us. It was just some of the people on his team. Some of the guys heard that there was a party going on, and so they decided that they wanted to go to it, and I said that I would drive because they were already in my car anyway, so it was like no big deal. So I ended up driving them to this party, and we get there, and I see Repulsive. And like I said, that wasn't abnormal. Like, I knew he was out. Like, it was like a Friday night, Saturday night, something like that, and I knew he was out, and so it wasn't like, oh shit, she caught me. It was just like, hey, what's up? So we started talking, all good, all fine, and I I walk away for a second to go find Chelsea, and when I turn around, I see that Repulsive is getting introduced to this girl. Repulsive is getting introduced to this girl, and for the sake of the story, we will call this girl Becky. So Repulsive is getting introduced to Becky, and anyone who's ever been with someone, been dating someone, or just has common sense in general will understand when I say, like, it's a gut instinctive feeling, like, when someone has more than friendly intentions with the person that you're with. Like, it takes 2 seconds to figure it out, and you're never really wrong. And the person that you're with 9 times out of 10, or even 10 times out of 10, knows that too, even if they want to admit it or not. Here's the thing. I'm not gonna sit here and be that crazy ass psycho bitch and say every time the guy that you're seeing gets introduced to someone, like, it's a bad sign, but, like, at the same time, it's not necessarily a good sign. Not even that, like, it's an instinctive feeling. Well, like, when someone is getting introduced to the person that you were with, if someone's getting introduced to the person that you're with, you always just have a feeling about, like, what their intentions are. Like, you're not stupid. Like, if you have common sense, like, it's really easy. It is really easy to figure out what a person's intentions are. And it took me 2 seconds to figure out what was going on, and I was not about to stick around for it. And instead of, like, talking to him, I'm stubborn as hell, so I decided that I wanted to leave. I grabbed Chelsea and I told her that I wanted to go home, and so Chelsea gets Kyle. We start walking for the door. So Repulsive is getting introduced to Becky, and anyone who's ever been with someone, been dating someone, or just has common sense in general will understand when I say, like, it's a gut instinctive feeling, like, when someone has more than friendly intentions with the person that you're with. Like, it takes 2 seconds to figure it out, and you're never really wrong. And the person that you're with 9 times out of 10, or even 10 times out of 10, knows that too, even if they want to admit it or not. We start walking towards the door, and all of a sudden I just feel Repulsive come and, like, run up next to me, and so he just walks out with us and acts like nothing was wrong. So he walks out with us, acts like nothing's wrong, gets in the car with us. We all just go back to Repulsive's house, and it was just another normal night. And I didn't bring up anything with Becky just because, you know, like, maybe I was wrong. Maybe Becky was just, like, some girl. Don't think you have the story all figured out yet, because it gets better. So now we're in the beginning of December, and Repulsive asks me to go to his sports team's formal with him. So we do that. We go to the formal, we go to the after party, and me and Repulsive actually ended up leaving the after party early because we got into an argument. And this is when we had the dreaded conversation of what are we? I am actually the last person on the planet that will probably say what are we first, just because I hate that conversation. I just kind of reached my limit, literally. Like, that's all this was. It was like September to now December, so like September, October, November, December, like 4 months. Like, I think, what are we? I think this is like a good time to ask. Verbatim, this is what he said.
I really like you. I'm exclusive to you, but I don't want to put a label on anything yet, so we're exclusive, not dating.
Here's the thing. Here is the thing. Exclusive not dating is not a thing. It is not a thing. It has never been a thing. I think it's like universal fuckboy language to say exclusive not dating, just because it gives them leeway to do whatever the hell they want. It gives you no leeway to do whatever the hell you want, because it's pretty much saying you're mine, but at the same time, if I go hook up with someone else, it's like, you can't get mad at me because I told you we're not dating, but we're exclusive. So if you go do something, then, like, what the fuck? It's the most disturbing logic. And so when he tells me that, I was just so naive at the time. And here's the thing, like, I knew exclusive not dating was bullshit. Like, I knew it was wrong, but I was just so, like, naive. I was so blinded by the situation that I was just like, you know, like, it's fine, whatever, like, we're good. So during this conversation, I just decided to be bold as hell, and I just decided to bring up Becky. I just told him that I knew he liked Becky, I knew he wanted to be with Becky, hook up with Becky, whatever the case may be, and he claps back so fast with,
"You're crazy, Becky's a whore, I would never go for her, ew, she's disgusting, what the hell, I knew that bothered you, blah, 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 blah." So
I gave him the benefit of the doubt, and let's see what ends up happening. So about a week or so later, like right before Christmas break, me and Chelsea decided that we were gonna go out to this party right before break. It was like our last, like, kind of celebration before break was starting, and so we decided to go to this party that was being held by a different sports team at our school. So me and her, we go to this party. Party ends up getting rolled, and in the midst of everything just kind of like going on, like, I'm a huge overthinker, so like if there's an issue, or if like I'm in an argument with someone or something like that, like I will overthink it like crazy. So that's what I was doing. Like, I was overthinking like crazy. And so because of that, I was ready to cut things off. Like, I was ready to end this exclusive not dating bullshit that's like not a thing. And so I asked Chelsea to come with me to go over to Repulsive's house to cut things off and end it. So I end up texting Repulsive telling him that I'm on my way over and for him to not move. And he goes into full panic 911 mode. Like, full panic 911 mode. Why are you coming over? You don't need to come over. Why the fuck are you coming over? Don't come over. Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, Repulsive, I'm coming over. Don't fucking move. And so we get to Repulsive's place, and I walk in the door with Chelsea, Chelsea, and I am greeted by about anywhere from 8 to 11 random ass girls. A couple of them were Repulsive's roommate's girlfriend and like her group of friends. So the guy that Repulsive lived with, his girlfriend was there and like their group of friends, because Repulsive and his roommate were on the same sports team. 8 to 11 random ass girls and a couple of the guys on their sports team. As you can imagine, that's like not what you want to walk into in any situation. For the sake of the story, we'll call Repulsive's roommate's girlfriend, we'll call her Brittany. And so I go up to one of Brittany's friends and I was just like, hey, like, where's Repulsive? Because I couldn't find him anywhere. Like, he was not in this apartment. And literally, this is what she says. Oh, well, like, he heard you were coming, so he left. Bitch, come again? Like, I'm sorry. I was like trying not to get mad. I was trying not to get mad at her just because she was the one saying it. And I was like, all right, well, like, where did he go? And she goes, well, I think he went to the gym. First of all, it is 1 in the morning. The gym is not open at 1 in the morning. Like, maybe 24-hour fitness, but even if that, second of all, you're not at the gym. You were literally here 10 minutes ago drinking your goddamn ass off, so you were not at the gym. So I sat down and I waited there for probably about like 15 minutes. I waited there, I was waiting for Repulsive, and at that point, I was just fed up. I was so over it. So I got up, I stormed out of the house with Chelsea. We were about to leave, and behind me I hear, Savannah, wait. And that girl that told me that Repulsive went to the gym is following me outside, and I was just like, what? Because at this point, like, I was not in the mood to be fucked with. And she goes, listen, like, I know I don't really know you and I don't know the situation, but like, from what I've heard, I would end it while you have the chance. What? Guys, when, I was livid. Like, I was livid at this point, because, like, mind you, I don't know this girl. Like, I don't know this girl, and granted, she's not really doing anything wrong technically. She's just annoying the hell out of me and saying all the wrong things at all the wrong times, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know this girl. So I was just livid. Like, I was just livid, and so I ended up going home, and then a couple hours later, Repulsive calls me, and he makes up this dumbass story that I end up believing, and I go back over to his place, and it was just another normal night. We talked it out, whatever. So this is where the story just like gets great. So we go on Christmas break, I come home, and me and Repulsive are still talking, still everything's still good, still fine, whatever. We go back to school a couple weeks later, and I'm still under the impression that everything is fine. Like, let me make that very clear. Me and Repulsive are still texting, still talking, like, everything is fine. So I thought. So pretty much, we go back to school, and it is our first weekend back, right? So we're at school, and me and Chelsea decided that we were gonna go out to this party for our first weekend back, just kind of like kick off the new year, you know? So we go out to this house party, and there's where I see Brittany and her group of friends, Repulsive's roommate's girlfriend and her group of friends, including the girl that told me that I should end things with Repulsive and all of that. So I see them, and Brittany comes up to me, we start talking, Chelsea ends up leaving, but Brittany convinces me to stay because apparently there was this party that was going on right after this one, that Repulsive was gonna be there, the whole team was gonna be there, like, it was gonna be this huge thing. So she convinced me to stay so I can like see Repulsive and whatever, and so I was like, you know what, sure, fine. So me, Brittany, all of our friends, we get an Uber, we go to this party, we're waiting there, and Repulsive is not there yet, and because I went to a small school, like, you pretty much knew everyone who was going to be out. Like, you would pretty much know, like, anyone who was going to be at a party. Like, there were really never any surprises. Like, you pretty much saw the same group of people, like, every time you went out. Like, you get to this party, and all of those people are there, but Repulsive and, like, some of the guys on his team are not there yet, and so I end up just talking to the girl that told me that Repulsive went to the gym, all of that, and I end up talking to her. I ended up telling her about the argument that me and Repulsive had gotten into, where I pretty much told him that I knew he liked Becky and all of that, and she, dead ass, looks at me and goes, oh yeah, I mean, like, that makes total sense because, like, Repulsive and Becky hooked up. When she says that, she realized she fucked up. It did not take long for her to realize she fucked up. She realized she said something she was not supposed to say. She starts backtracking and backpedaling like crazy. And she's like, oh no, it was way before you and Repulsive even knew each other, even met each other, don't even worry about it. But little did this bitch know that I was at the party with Repulsive when Repulsive met Becky. Do you see where this is going? So I walked straight up to Brittany, right? I grabbed Brittany and I pretty much told her, like, look, you need to tell me, like, have Repulsive and Becky hooked up? And she goes, well, I know she hasn't been over to the apartment, like, she hasn't been over to the house, but I do know that they've hooked up. Great. Just to make matters even better, some other girl, some random ass girl who is one of the girlfriends of the guys on Repulsive's team comes up to me and she goes, Savannah, like, how's your love life? Really? Like, really? I was just like, it's fine, like, how's yours? And she's like, it's good, like, I saw Repulsive last night, like, we all went out to a bar. Sick. Wait, dude, like, you drink? Dude, you drink? What the fuck? She goes, yeah, like, what happened between you two? Come again? And she goes, yeah, well, like, I asked him if you two were still together, and he said no. You guys, when I say that I have never felt more like I was being punked in my entire life, this shit doesn't happen. Like, this shit only happens in movies. Like, this, like, I kid you not, like, I thought I was living a movie. I thought, like, where's Ashton? Like, this is a joke. Like, who's joking with me right now? And so in walks in man of the hour himself, motherfucking Repulsive. Repulsive walks into this party, right? And you guys, he does not say a word to me. A word to me. Mind you, I had talked to him this day. I had talked to him the day prior. Like, we were good. We were fine. Like, everything was fine. Literally walks into this party, doesn't say a word to me. And this party was not crowded. So the excuse, well, maybe he didn't see you. Like, no, that doesn't fly. Like, this is not that situation. So he walks into this party, doesn't say a word to me. And you guys, I am livid. Like, I am at the point where, like, I'm clapping. And if you know me, you know that when I get mad, I start. So then, Repulsive literally walks up right next to me, literally brushes up against my shoulder, like touches me, walks up right next to me. Not even to talk to me, literally just to walk by me. And I look at him just to give him that, like, are you fucking okay? Like, what are you doing type of look? Like, hello type of look? Like, where's your brain type of look? You guys, this motherfucker had hickeys all over his neck. Like, all over his neck. All over his neck. To the point where people were actually coming up to me and being like, damn, Sav, you really went after Repulsive's neck, or shit, Sav, you couldn't get enough of Repulsive's neck last night, or god damn, Sav, take it a little easy next time. Like, literally, make it stop. Make it stop. Make it fucking stop. So as he's brushing up against my shoulder, literally touching me, who does he walk up to? You can guess. You can guess. You can totally guess. Becky. Becky's a whore. I never go for her, Becky. Like that Becky. So if you're wondering what I did, I left because I couldn't deal with it. Everyone was literally telling me, Savannah, like, you have to go up and say something, like, call him out. This isn't okay, blah, 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 blah. Because it wasn't like this was a secret. Like, me and him were no secret. Like, we went to his formal together. Like, it was not like this was a secret kind of, like, friends with benefits thing. Like, this was a 6-month period of, like, us basically practically being together, you know? Like, this was not, like, one of those things. Like, I'm not stupid, you guys. Like, I'm very well aware of, like, what is, like, legit and what's not. But guys, like, I was so mad that, like, I could not go up to him. Because I knew if I went up to him, I was either going to punch him in the face. Like, I was there. Like, I was about to either punch him in the face or, like, I was gonna throw up. Like, one of the two were about to happen, and, like, I wasn't down for it. So I pretty much just left. Repulsive and Becky did not stay much longer. They walked off into the darkness of the night. And yeah, me and Repulsive never really talked after that. So, yeah. Alright, you guys, that was the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, all links will be at the end of this video and in the description box below. What the hell am I doing? Make sure you go follow all of my socials. I love you guys so, so, so much. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Savannah. I make videos every Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. You should subscribe, join the family, and I will be back very soon in a couple days with a brand new video for you guys. So, bye guys.